The file begins with a safe class paradox. Containment means keeping Dr. Ewan Mara alive in an indefinite vegetative state, because the rift in him must not be allowed to die.
Mara's stomach is gone, replaced by a stomach-sized extradimensional rift. He receives fluids through IV lines, produces no waste, and remains clinically stable. The first instruments vanish into the absence. Endoscopy and follow-up surgery find no tissue and no reflected light, only a physical gap the foundation cannot map. Rhys begins by feeding the rift multi-dimensional nano-trackers. If matter enters without entropy change, he hopes the trackers can reveal where it goes. The camera catches more than a test. Rhys corrects himself between he and it, rejects grief counseling, and insists that learning the rift will fix Mara. The sensors report nothing. SCP-103 spreads to the small intestine, and an anonymous warning reaches ethics about Rhys's behavior around the patient. The next threat is scale. If the rift moves beyond the body, it could endanger the site and the world, so Rhys requests thaumaturgic binding. The ritual works only in the cruelest sense. The rift is bound to Mara and will die with him, yet it spreads through the large intestine and rectum. A clean room laparotomy confirms the boundary. The anomaly can be seen through bad sores, while material outside Mara's body remains untouched. The third test turns disposal into medicine. Spent reactor fuel is brought beside the bed, and Rhys calls the hazardous waste another chance. Cylinder after cylinder disappears into the rift. Rhys talks to Ewan about his wife, his son, and a childish potion that might wake him. The site benefits while Rhys declines. 75% of the waste storage is emptied, but observers report his worsening body and mind. The fourth test begins hidden behind a sticky note. Rhys has built from Mara's rift research, calling the proposal only, "Make this right." The tesseract glows, cords feed into the rift, and Rhys quotes Lazarus as if scripture can turn engineering into resurrection. Hours pass without a miracle. Rhys admits the fear that made him act. He could not bear powerlessness, and he was not ready to say goodbye. Security arrives 3 hours later. Rhys is gone, leaving personal effects, research notes, shoes near the bed, and one unsubmitted test. The fifth test names grief itself. Its proposed solution is acceptance, and beside Mara's IV line is a syringe of pancuronium bromide. Mara dies. SCP-103 is neutralized, and Rhys remains missing. The lasting record is not hunger, but containment twisted by refusal to grieve.